Hello there, in this video we're going to create a text field component for our design system, so let's go. Okay, so let's just test drive the component for a moment. So let's just click on enabled, press option, let's drag it out. Let's just draw a frame around it. So here's our component, we can toggle the different states, which should be fine. They all seem to work okay. So that's good. I'd like a little bit more customization here on the component. So let's just go into here. Okay, so on the enabled variant, I'm going to select label here, and I'm going to go up here in the panel and click multi-edit variants. Click on that. That selects all of the same labels across the component. I'm now going to go down here to appearance, click on apply variable stroke property, and there's nothing there at the moment, so I'm going to click on plus to add one, and the new property I want to add is just for label. Oops, for label. I'm going to keep it set to true because I want it to display, so if I create the property, that applies it to all the variables. Now when I use the component now, we get this option here, a toggle. So maybe in some instances I don't want the label to display, so I can just toggle it on and toggle it off. So that's quite useful, quite easy, and you can just click on the component and configure it here at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do the same for description and for feedback. So I've got description highlighted, multi-edit variants, click on apply variable. We've got label there already. Let's click on a plus, let's add description, click on create property. Let's come out of this, click back on our example over here. And now we've got label that we can toggle on and off, and we've also got description that we can toggle on and off. So this is giving us some flexibility when we're going to use the component on what parts we're going to show and what we're not going to show. So let's do the last bit for feedback. And actually by the looks of this, feedback is not inside an auto layout, so let's just do that. So multi-edit variants, press Shift A, that should be done. So let's set those to fill, let's align them left. I just want to rename all these frames by pressing Command R. Rename that to feedback. That should rename them all in the layers. So we can go here on appearance, apply variable or property, click on the plus. I'm going to name this one feedback and create property. I'm going to click off. Now when we click on our example over here, I can toggle the label, I can toggle the description, and I can toggle the feedback. Okay, I'm actually going to make a quick change because on here, so if I click on the component, I don't actually want it, so the label never shows. It's always a good idea to have a label for one of these fields so users are going to know what it's for, so we can give that extra bit of context. So I'm going to leave it so the label is always on. So now when we configure our component, we can toggle the description on and off, or we can toggle the feedback on and off. I think that's a good move to do for now. Okay, I think the component's looking good. Let's just flick through the states. So we've got hovered, focused, disabled, error, success, and we've got read only as well, with the ability to copy out whatever the text is or whatever the string is inside this field. And we've still got the functionality of toggling the description or the feedback on and off. That's really good. Okay, something additional as well, we could probably go in and select on the text. Let's just multi-edit these variants. Let's click on here where it says apply variable or property. Going to click on the plus to add a new one. We'll just leave it as text for now and the value as text. Going to create the property, and now what that's also going to do is when I'm using the component at this level in the panel, I can go in and I can adjust the text that appears. So if I add in this as text, hit on enter, it then updates inside the component, and that should do it for every single state that we have. So if we go back to enabled, let's add an exclamation mark. And yeah, there we go. That makes it nice and easy to update when we're using this component. Okay, so I think that's it pretty much for this page. I am going to rename this component though to text field. I think that would be probably a better name for it. So let's just adjust that now. Just make sure the component is renamed as well. Just going to add a short sentence that I've created here. So a text field lets users enter, edit, or copy text. That's a nice basic summary of what the component will allow us to do. Also, it should be responsive. So if I go in here and if I just copy and paste loads and loads and loads of text. And if I grab the outer frame, so this responsively responds to the amount of text that you put inside the component, which is also very, very useful. Okay, well, let's delete that for now. I think that's the majority of this page done. Let's just lock this page for the moment. Let's go back into the footer and let's go to our assets. Let's type in text field. Let's drag and drop that out. Let's copy it. Let's go inside this container. Let's add in a subscribe section or a subscribe frame. So maybe if I draw this out, let's Shift A on that. Let's make it fill. Let's paste in the input and let's shrink that input down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take off the feedback. I'm going to take off the description. I'm going to change the label to subscribe. Okay, there we go. I do kind of feel that we need another state here, even if it's just like for placeholders. So yeah, so let's use neutral 80 for now, and that can be like the placeholder. Let's just go back, let me come out of here, let's lock this for now. Let's go into the footer, let's go back in here, let's change this to placeholder. Just going to reset the text here. There we go, so I'll just put enter email. At least there's a difference in contrast here, so it doesn't look like someone has typed the text. It's the placeholder text telling you what you can enter in this field. So I think that would be quite useful here. Okay, so I think that's fine. We've added the subscribe here. Let's just take off the spacing here on the left and the right, just so it aligns nicely with the social heading below. Okay, I think that's fine. So let's just lock that for now. What we'll need to do is come back and add in the button to submit the request to subscribe. So yeah, we'll come back once we have a button component and we can add that beneath the subscribe text field. So if you enter your email, you can press the button to submit and subscribe. Let's just go in here and update the footer. So go publish. I'm just going to tick that off for now. So footer updated. Okay, that's good. Let's publish that. Okay, so the footer's updated. Let's go back to our text input. I think we're good to go here. So we've got everything that we need. Yep, so let's go up to assets. Let's click on the libraries icon. Let's click on published. And now let's add a comment in here. Okay, let's click on publish. And there we go. That component's now live and can be used in other design files. Okay, so based on the other videos that we've done so far, I think the next thing we're going to do is buttons. So just go into the research file. There are lots of different places that we're going to need buttons across the UI. So you've got them in the hero section, you've got them on images just here, you've got them on cards, and we're also going to need them just beneath the subscribe here on the footer. So yeah, that's what we'll do. In the next video, we'll focus on creating a new button component that we'll use in our UI kit. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for getting to the end. Like and subscribe, add some comments, check out some other videos on my channel. I think this study is getting out of hand because, let me just show you, it's like this has appeared in the study, like random stereos, clothes, and this is just getting ridiculous. So yeah, this needs to change. Anyway, enough of my issues. I will see you next week for another video. See ya.